those guys who just listens to you talk about how everything's bad and then takes your money. As soon as I sent this text, however, he threatened to, what was it? Forgetting the word, something really bad, something castrate, yeah, and throw me into the LS River. It was at that point I started to realize, okay, this guy's a little bit more interesting than I thought. And seeing you here and seeing, your look, I'm starting to see that that was a very valid deduction on my part. Though coming here in the first place might not have been too bright.
I think you're starting to figure that out.
In all fairness, do you really think I'd be seeing this guy if I was known for my great decision making?
Depends on what you're seeing this guy for. So, out of curiosity, what are you seeing this guy for?
Well, since you do have a bigger gun than mine, wouldn't traditionally say, but look at that. I guess you're my shrink now.
Sure.
You ever heard of the Grapeseed Militia?
Oh, I definitely remember Supreme and all the rest of them.
Cool.
I
All right,
knew fucking Dick before he even created that crew.
Oh, so you're familiar.
No, I'm
All right,
familiar.
well, are you familiar with any sort of experiments he did? Anything with lobotomy?
Not particularly, but I've heard rumors.
Ah, well, I, in front of you, am the rumor. I was the first test subject of these little tests, experiments, whatever the hell you want to call them. And I spent a few months doing whatever the hell they wanted me to. Killing, kidnapping, stealing, shooting, pretty much anything. Just imagine a life of absolute and total obedience to a group of power-hungry terrorists. Sounds fun, right? Looking at you, I think you get a kick out of it.
I mean, to be fair, maybe, but continue.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I wasn't entirely gone. When I did these things, I was under, say, a different person. I doubt you've heard of an LA1 or Lay1. Stands for Lobotomite A1. That's what they called me. I was in a very different headspace. And while I was in that headspace, I got put on trial for a few things and did end up kidnapping the mayor's daughter at one point. She's actually the one that referred me to our.
Katie Ludwig.
Good, you're familiar.
I'm familiar.
Nice. But anywho, at one point or another, I'd had enough. So, and just so we're clear about this, I already did time on this, so don't try to extort me here. But well, essentially, I put a few bullets through the Supreme Leader, and a bit of fire did the rest. It also seemed to have a bit of a thing for me, which is why my mug is all fucked up, as you may be able to tell. And I just got out of Bolingbroke for that one. And I got the lobotomy reverse, so he's gone, but I don't know. Ever since talking to Katie and seeing how many lives I've endangered, I'm just nervous. I don't know if I trust myself around people anymore after all the shit I pulled. All right, that enough for you? You want any more story time?
I mean, story time is amusing to me, so sure. If you got any more.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless, you want to hear about how my first pubic hair grew. Other than that, I think that's about it.
So,
Were
you there when he died? All that shit happened with the Grapeseed Militia.
The Supreme Leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot him.
So that was you.
Hey, go to City Records. Go see what Eddie Gilligan was locked up for.
Interesting.
Look, it wasn't some sort of gang thing. I'm not affiliated with that. It's just that piece of shit hurt more people than you can imagine, even if you knew him. And talking to Katie, it seemed like he was trying to turn her into one of these brain-dead slaves as well. I don't know, though. I'm starting to think it had nothing to do with anybody else.
So the guy that was running the fucking Pleasure Palace was behind the scenes doing brain surgery on people?
Pleasure Palace?
Yeah.
I don't think I got caught up on this one. What the hell is that?
That's what he decided to turn that fucking house into. They essentially turned it into a fucking
Worse
brothel.
than I realize. Yeah, I hear that they've renovated it.
Oh well,
Interesting
they're
choice.
well. That's the fucking Mystics now. I think the Grapeseed Militia is long since gone. After everything
Thank
went
fuck.
down that night, they've the ones that survived took off. I haven't seen them. So
Good. Yeah, I've been a bit worried about that. Admittedly, anybody related might not be too big a fan of me, but it's good to hear that they're gone. But look, either way, I guess the real
I
reason
mean,
I came to
Sloth's still
this.
around.
Yeah, I know,
He's
but
definitely still around, but I think he's
I don't
left
know.
that life behind him.
He seemed adjusted to a new life. I'm not too worried about him being a disciple of them that's going to come after me. But regardless, the reason I don't know, I guess the reason that I actually listened to Katie and tried to give this whole shrink thing a try, despite the strong thoughts that I outlined in my text, is because I don't really think that I killed the guy for anybody other than myself. And if that's the case, then I still don't know what to do for all the people I hurt. Not only that, but
Why do you
something
care?
about this.
Why does it bother you?
I mean, it's- I don't, I don't really know. I guess. I mean,
Are you having remorse? Do you feel like you're feeling remorse? Does it keep you up at night? Do you actually care? Or are you thinking that you should care? There's a difference.
man, look, when Katie and a bunch of other people looks at me and says, "Hey, you're the guy who kidnapped me and tried to kill me," what the fuck do you want me to do with that? It wasn't me, all right. But like, they still think like it was me. They act like it was me. I mean, how much remorse am I supposed to have for someone that I'm not? All right, but I went to sleep and I woke up, and when I woke up, there was a giant path of destruction, and I don't know if it was my fault or it should be my fault. I don't know. All right, so I figured Baldy could, help out, but seems like he's busy with some other things.
Nah, yeah, he is definitely busy, but I have a feeling he might make time. If they're
Look,
interesting enough cases, he'll make time.
look, I gotta ask, what's your investment in all this?
What, in Dr. Crane? It's like I
Yeah, in
said, he's
that,
a
and
friend.
yeah, but also in listening to me, because I don't know, your reactions seem like a bit more than amusement.
I how do I put this? I find people interesting.
Okay, uh, fair enough. I mean, yeah, I
Your
guess.
situation is amusing to me because it seems like you did a whole bunch of shit and now you regret all that shit because you weren't that person, but maybe there's a part of you that was that person. I mean, people can only change your brain so
What the
much.
fuck is that supposed to mean?
I mean, somewhere inside you, that stuff was there. Whether or not they dug around in your brain or not, that's still a part of you.
Uh, I mean, that's not. That's I'm not a murderous psychopath.
Are you
I,
sure?
I don't, I don't think so. Um, I, it doesn't,
If I
it
held a
doesn't make any
gun,
sense.
if
All right.
I let's say there was that lady. That lady's standing over there, right? You see her by the door. Yeah?
Yeah.
Kill her, I'll put a fucking bullet through your head right now.
I mean, cops are gonna come if there are shots, right?
You realize I don't care.
So is this the end of our conversation?
What would you do?
Just, I don't
Well,
get it. It's not a part of me anymore. I know what you're trying to prove, but
no, the
it's,
point is there.
it's done.
You don't fear it right now because you think I won't do it. But believe me, I could. And I think if push comes to shove, you're gonna do whatever you need to survive. That's how most people work. Unless you're different, which I highly doubt. Especially if you were running with the Grapeseed Militia, especially if they had their fucking hands in your brain.
Yeah, here's the thing, L. I just don't know what to do anymore, I guess. And, you find this fascinating enough. I'm pretty much at the end of my rope, and, it seems like the only thing I'm good at is hurting people, so... You find that amusing, good for a chuckle, whatever stand-up comedy your fucked up ass is into.
No,
And,
curiosity is all.
hmm. Killed enough cats in both of our days. But, so...
If you want to figure out your fucking path and figure out your head and figure out who you are, talk to Dr. Crane.
Yeah, I'm starting to have second thoughts about this whole thing. I mean, I don't know, looking at you, I'm having flashbacks to those people.
I am nothing like those people.
Really.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I could definitely see Supreme or Bombo or one of them playing that same little loyalty game, you just did, except in your case, it was just, boredom, I suppose. You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes. Mostly because I
So I
was
gotta,
bored as fuck and you showed up out of nowhere. So, yes, it's entertaining to me currently.
yeah, that's what happens when you lie down your back in the middle of a, I'm not even gonna call this a psych hospital, I don't know what the fuck this place is. I didn't know he was a beekeeper. I won't even ask,
You
but,
realize that there are patients who stay on the property and patients have hobbies. There's a tennis court, there's beekeeping, there's a pool, there's other places. I mean,
yeah, I'm sorry, I buy that. This is, you seem to be lying right in the middle of these things, so unless you're a patient here and Dr. Crane has let you dress like you're gonna go bomb the city in a few minutes, I'm assuming you might be guarding something.
no, I'm not guarding anything. And I'm not a
Really?
patient here. Like I said, Dr. Crane is a friend. I've known him for
A
years.
friend?
Yeah, it's a
Why are you
friend.
living here? Sleeping? Well, again, we've been through this, not sleeping, yada
Not
yada.
living, not
Brilliant.
sleeping. Motherfucker, I have my own place.
I can't imagine. Uh, gosh. So I gotta ask, why are you not, you know, why are you not a shrink? You seem like you're into more of the shooting, killing, maiming type stuff, but this
What about
fascination with
me?
human
What about me
instinct.
gives off shooting, maiming, killing? Out of curiosity.
Let's see. The gun to my head twice, the
Sure.
aforementioned skull and Illuminati, covering your face, combat boots, holster on your leg, only referring to yourself by one letter like you're a Death Note character,
What the fuck is
and the
Death
complete
Note?
disregard for that woman's life. How am I doing? Did I keep going or we good?
You sure you're not a shrink too?
No. But I've seen enough bad people to know.
Oh, so you're assuming I'm a bad person.
Then again, I am kind of curious about that symbol on the back of your hat. You a cop?
I am most definitely not a cop.
Alright, then you're not that bad, I guess. Yeah, I gotta ask one more question, and I know as a friend you might not know this, but how the hell does Dr. Crane know so much stuff about me? Because I talked to that guy once, actually twice. I called him twice for a collective time of about less than 2 minutes, and he's spewing this shit about my irrational fear of pillbox and what the hell is this guy's deal?
I mean, have you considered he's the real deal and he's actually fucking good at his shit?
That's not shrink, all right? That's psychic. I'd known him for less than 2 minutes, and he spent half of it threatening me.
Or,
And all of a
or
sudden, he thinks
perhaps
I'm.
he discerned more from your text message than you expected.
So, what was his reaction like then?
I mean, you
Seemed a
heard
little
it.
agitated.
Oh no, it was amusing to me. But
Well, not you, him. He seemed a little
no,
disturbed.
no. But Dr. Crane is somebody who, how do I put this? Don't waste his time. And things run on his time. And he doesn't take kindly to people demanding things from him. But if you show him respect and you ask him respectfully, like you would for anybody else that you are wanting to, I don't know, have some sort of whatever the fuck relationship you want to have to talk to him as a shrink, then he'll respect you. But coming straight off the gate with a text message like that, it's going to do two things. One, it's going to intrigue him because I know him well enough to know it's going to intrigue him. But two, he's going to take one look at that and know, well, you're letting out more than you probably mean to in that text message. He's good at reading people.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I mean, he's got this whole nice place, and we're just spitballing here, and we're making progress. But I'm sure he's the real deal. But I think you're missing the important part because the first part to that little psychoanalysis he just did is much more important than the second.
Which part?
Look, I'm not exactly the most pleasant guy. I've been to prison more times than I can count,
No,
and
you and me both.
to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the few people in this city with an actual murder charge under their belts. But
Louise Walker, ABC killer, killed in the order of the alphabet, took out 26 confirmed kills, followed by another 13, followed by another group, leading me to 56 kills, to which the cops could not
kidding.
fucking prove, which drove them insane, and they sent their entire police force to try to bring me down, and all they ended up getting me on was accessory.
All right. Render me impressed. So,
That was 4
I
years
guess,
ago.
I guess I know what somebody's favorite preschool sing-along song was, but,
Visit the
just
graveyard sometime. I think my work's still there.
really.
Mm.
Maybe I'll pay a visit if I get out of here alive, that is, which,
It's
every
no
second
secret.
with you, I'm
We
starting
had
to
an
question.
entire trial about it. No, I have no intention of killing you. I don't need to. You haven't done anything to piss me off.
Really? Okay, that's, relieving. So, we're not up to E yet, I suppose?
Oh, I already went A to Z.
I mean, are we gonna go into the Greek alphabet?
You
Or,
know, I've been asked that before. People are curious, but no.
hey, maybe some people want to return appearance. Yeah, I can't stress this enough, all right? The people on top of the city suck. It was why I judged Crane the way that I did, because I'm sick of people denying that we have problems that we definitely have instead of trying to fix them. And if you're the person that I think you are, you've definitely seen that all for yourself.
I've seen a lot of shit for myself.
You know who I'm talking about. You know the people that are in that city that like to claim that we don't have problems, claim that everything is all right and that we're the crazy ones, but everything's going to shit. And I mean, just
Oh
look
yeah,
at
I
the
got a
gang
perfect example
violence.
of that. That would be Officer Hart. Oh, Sheriff Hart. Captain Hart? Whatever the fuck he is now. Who fucking knows?
You're kidding. Wait a minute. I ran into him 2 days ago. He was the one that told me to get on the straight and narrow. The guy with the fucking weird ass face tattoo. Probably the only man in the city
That
with a
is
more fucked up
not.
face than me.
That's not a face tattoo. That is a burn. And I put that there.
All right, good work. I would give you a high five if I wasn't scared you cut my hand off. Anywho, um, wow, that huh. And this guy, he's one of those people.
Probably.
Yeah, thought he was all right. I was hoping some of that was washed out with Albin Ludwig being gone and all, but guess it still persists. But I don't fucking know what to do with myself, and I guess that's why I'm more desperate in my attempts to see Dr. Crane. But if he's receptive to the things you described, perhaps I can try
It's
a
like I
different
said,
way.
I would go a different direction with him. Like I said, be Respectful.
I don't get it though. I mean, does respect really get you anything? You said it yourself. I got his attention, and
Oh,
in
you got
my
his
life,
attention, but you gotta understand if you continue down that path, giving him, well, messages like that and the disrespect, it'll, well, Crane has a reputation.
well, I've seen his record, and I did ask Katie Ludwig about it, but
So what do you know?
is this guy really as dangerous as the newspapers make him out to be?
I would say yes. So
What
it's like
kind
I
of
said, he
fucking
100% can help you. Don't get me wrong. He is an incredibly good psychiatrist and he can absolutely help you with your issues. But make no mistake, he is, well, he's an interesting individual.
and these gas bombs, these help you somehow? Just same thing as me, just amusement as at the chaos.
No, I love chaos. Chaos is fun.
Hmm. In some strange way, I guess I can relate to that. Shit. So he's still out, is he?
He is, but I don't know how long he will be until he's back today, but he will be around for sure at some point today.
I see.
Usually he's
Hmm.
around by now, but something must be keeping him. Otherwise, he would have been here by now.
Uh, I don't know what to ask you anything anymore, but I'm still so confused as to this whole thing. It doesn't seem like the place that it's advertised to be.
What do you mean?
Well, for a psychiatric hospital, it's sure got a bit of an underbelly, shall we say.
Not really. This place is completely clean. It's here to help people. I mean, after
Serious?
all,
I
the
mean,
officers are already sending patients here. Why would the police be willing to send people here if it wasn't?
what? I mean, or that could just be more of the corruption we were just talking about. I mean, trying to get the criminals off their hands and into if he really tried to blow up half the city, like they would they actually do that?
They already have.
Fuck, this is worse than I thought. Hmm. Uh,
Like I said, just because people do things that are interesting in the meantime doesn't mean that he can't help you. He's probably one of the only people in the city who can fucking help you. I can't think of another fucking, well, therapist who would be able to actually help you with your situation.
well, I guess there's something else that I'm looking for too.
What would that
I
be?
mean, does he specialize in any sort of chemical work or something? Because look, I'm trying to help my, sanity, all that stuff, but almost more importantly, I'm trying to make sure that he never comes back.
Who?
Lay one, the guy who went on this rampage,
Your
almost
other
killed Katie
self.
Ludwig, et cetera, according to you, is part of me, but I cut him out via surgery, or I got some blue-haired chick to do it, all that jazz.
Blue haired chick. Oh, that blue haired chick.
Yeah, Blue's
Why
Clues, you know
why
her?
why in the fuck did you trust any of them to go into your brain?
I mean, are they not trustworthy? I mean, look, I know the cops and the lawyers and the politicians are all fucked up, but I mean, they're EMS. They can't be that bad, right?
Oh, you're talking about that EMS. Actual EMS.
Well, I mean, you know who Bridget Calor is, right?
Color. Yeah, I know who she is.
Okay, is she somebody that can be, as you would say, trusted?
Oh, absolutely. I have no problems with the EMS department.
And who are you talking about?
Oh, there's a couple other people I can think of, but continue.
Okay, there's really nothing else to it. I mean, I think that she and the people around her helped fish all that out of my brain. Along with some bullet wounds that I managed to claim after I took a little brief stint as this person. but there's just a gut feeling that this isn't over, and I don't think that they'll be able to do anything about it. So I'm looking for somebody that's skilled enough, intelligent enough, and to be fully honest with you, El, crazy enough to solve this problem to a permanent end. And you think Dr. Crane is the guy?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
100%.
Without, ruling out a grain of salt, since you have described how you are a serial murderer, I will take your word for it.
I mean, technically, I got accessory murderer.
Okay. Accessory to serial
Oh, no,
murderer.
I 100% did it. It was all me. I enjoyed every moment of it, too.
All right. Just remind me not to run into you again.
And you probably will, especially if you're going to be around the city again.
Fair enough.
So what? You staying in Los Santos? You back in Los Santos? What the fuck did you come back to Los Santos? Out of curiosity, just to find help from somebody like Dr. Crane, or is there
No,
another
I mean,
reason?
as we've, well, as we discussed, I guess the first and foremost reason, aside from just rebuilding in general, was to try to fix some of the damage I did. Because I mean, though Grapeseed, obviously in Plain County, much of the city's infrastructure was what suffered, and be it Katie or Bridget or Naled, but pretty much anybody that was hurt by the militia, I felt I owed something to them, and I don't know if I mean, after this conversation, I'm thinking about it, but uh, I don't know. I just feel vengeful, and I don't know why. All my enemies are either dead or out of the city, but I feel like there's something working that I need to stop, and I don't know what, and it's pretty painful, but I feel like if it wasn't there, I would have just stayed in Blaine County away from all this shit.
Makes sense. It actually does make sense.
I mean, not only that, but with all that's going on right now, all the gang violence, all the corruption, I'm not just looking to redeem for what I did. I'm looking to try to protect some people that I guess I care about. Still don't know how I feel about that word, but
Hold on, I have an idea. Let me see if somebody's around right now. She may be. She may not be. She also might be busy.
curious enough.
You are
Hello.
around. Are you at the psychiatric center by chance?
Indeed, I'm just finishing.
Oh, you
Edward's
are gonna
Christmas
want to come
present.
up to the beehives if I were you,
Why?
because there's somebody here.
Am I gonna want to punch them,
Now I'm
stab
in a little
them?
fucking group therapy
I don't know,
session.
but you might want to come talk to this guy because he's looking for Dr. Crane.
I'll be out in a moment.
See you in a bit. I have somebody else you're gonna want to talk to then. She's on her way up. She's inside the she's down.
So, is this somebody who's gonna kill me,
Hey,
or are you just
follow me.
bored?
No, I'm not gonna kill you. She won't kill you either, but come on.
May I ask who we're dealing with here?
Dr. Crane. Well, the other one.
What is it? Cloning himself, or
No.
huh? All right, I'll bite. Let's get this shit over with. Huh. That is a very scary looking woman. Okay.
Hello.
This is kind of awkward. I wasn't expecting Crane to be into, cross-dressing, but I mean, whatever floats his boat, that's all right.
Just
I'm
because
not
I'm
gonna
female
judge.
doesn't mean I'm not Dr. Crane.
Let me introduce you to the other Dr. Crane.
Okay. No. I knew I was fucking stupid, but this is a whole new level. Okay, all right, you're related. Got it. All right.
No.
All right.
Well,
What?
I'm his wife.
there you go.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay, all right. He settled down with someone. Good for him. All right. Look,
Did he tell you about the text message that this gentleman left him yesterday?
yeah. We don't need to bring that. I
Oh,
mean,
I
we've
think
already
she
been.
would
We
love
don't.
I
to
think
We
you should bring
really
it
don't
up.
need to bring that.
Oh,
I mean,
I think you
I was at a
absolutely-
bad point, and there was some words that I mean, I'm sure you've used strong language, L.
Let's
and
read it
I'm
again.
unfamiliar.
I've never used strong language that I can back up.
I want you to listen to this text and imagine Dr. Crane's response. Because I was there for it.
Okay. Start from the beginning.
Oh,
Is this
absolutely.
Edward Crane? Just a good start. And then I decided to be a little bit more colorful. Don't jerk me around, all right? I typically hold shrinks in the same esteem as a piece of shit in a gas station toilet, but Katie Ludwig said you could help, and I kind of owe her to try. So, just stating my reasons as any person would. And then more recently, not more recently, a few minutes later, she told me not to call you, so here I am typing all this stuff out like a jackass. I figured little antisocial, maybe. I'm starting to doubt that. It seems like he's actually got a bit of a cult going on. I mean, good for him. And just a few hours ago, I wanted to catch up with a quick you in town, Dr. Evil. That kind of thing. So that's about it. You happy?
The fact that you just approached some random person at my husband's establishment and read texts such as that
Oh, no, I already
is
knew
astonishing.
it. Oh, I asked him to read it because I was there yesterday when Dr. Crane read it out to me because this guy was looking for him for help.
Yeah, look, all right. I haven't exactly had the best experiences with, shall we say, professionals, and I'll admit I was maybe a bit insulted when Katie said I would need help.
Tell her.
Let's start with your name.
Yeah.
Oh my
Explain
gosh.
your story again to her. Trust me, she's gonna
All
want
right.
to hear this. I'm gonna just stand here and listen to this.
We want to do TED Talk again? I already went through this story with
I
our,
know, but you're gonna want to explain this to her.
butchery friend. All right.
Do you really
let me
want
take
to have someone tell your story for you?
No, I guess I don't. All right, let's get this shit over with. I will take my hat off for story time. If anyone would like to sit down, grab a blanket, grab a cookie, whatever you like. Here we go. My name is Eddie Gilligan, and I'm certain you've probably heard of the Grapeseed Militia.
Of course.
Great. Okay, well, a few months ago, this is when they were active at their peak, whatever you want to call it. I went there to express my frustration with some of the politicians in the city, namely one who's not here anymore. And, I was willing to see if they would help out with, getting rid of some of these people, maybe getting some revenge. They weren't particularly nice to me in my time of need. They talked to me for a little bit, and then they dragged me downstairs and jammed a screwdriver up my nose and essentially lobotomized me. When I woke up, it wasn't really me. I woke up as a completely different person, completely and totally obedient to the militia, whatever they said, killing, maiming, shooting. See, she gets it. She likes this part. Yeah. So a lot of not so good stuff, and I was known by a different name. I guess I wasn't worthy of a name, so they just called me Lay1, LA1, Lobotomite A1, whatever you
Give
want
him
to
a
call it.
number.
Yeah, and I even got a letter too, your favorite. Anywho, so a few months with them, and I'll be frank, I don't really remember what I did. There's only one instance I can remember, and it involved kidnapping the mayor's daughter. The mayor at the time, Alvin Ludwig, who I'm still not a big fan of, but his daughter was actually the one that referred me here after I went and apologized. The thing is as this other person, completely obedient to the militia, I did a lot of bad things, shot at cops, kidnapped
How
people.
convenient.
Yep. And eventually, when I woke up after a few flashes back and forth, I decided that I had enough. So I shaved my head again, went back in undercover, and one thing led to another. Ultimately, I decided to put a few bullet holes in the Supreme Leader's chest. And there was a little bit of a fire, and it burnt him to a crisp. And as you may notice, fucked up my mug a little bit. I mean, you might be able to relate. I know you're covering up, but I'm trying to keep it all genuine, real. I am who I am. All right, I digress. Sorry, but he's dead now, and he's gone, and a surgery happened, and I think my brain's all fixed up. But
Oh,
in
apparently you got
essence,
surgery by color.
in
I would love to take
essence,
a look at her work.
Mm.
that's not at all mildly nerve-wracking. In essence, what I was explaining to your friend here, who I believe thought she was at some sort of a comedy show, I feel some semblance of remorse or responsibility for what happened while I was a different person, while I was under this different influence. I hurt a lot of people, and I've been trying to atone and grapple with that. I just don't trust myself anymore. I feel like I'm just going to look away in the middle of a conversation or something, and I come back and I'm that person again. So it's a mix of not trusting myself and maybe some sort of self-contempt for what he did while he was me. But as your friend here has said, I shouldn't, or at least find it amusing that I feel anything for something that I didn't do. All right,
Well, you
how's that? Did
did,
I
let's
miss
be
anything? I
honest.
Oh no,
should turn
you
this into a
definitely did it.
script.
Oh no, this was. Anyway, I'll let her continue.
Could this be a screenplay, or how are we feeling about this?
It would be a very bad one.
All
What
right,
did you
that's
say your
harsh.
name
Look,
was
I'm
again?
probably going to have to recite the story a third time to your husband, so I'll have some more time to perfect it. But all right, you're the doc, so you can.
Your name one more time.
Eddie Gilligan, Edward would be what you find it under. You should be familiar with that name. That's not a joke. That's me.
Mr. Gilligan, let's get you inside. We'll have a more private conversation. You're welcome to join us, Miss L.
Sure.
All right, so yeah, look, from one person with a dark past to another, you were being serious when you said you wasn't gonna kill me, right? Like we're good on that, right?
Don't piss me off.
No, I didn't mean you.
What, her?
Scream over here. Yeah,
Don't piss her off either.
that's what I'm best at.
Ring the doorbell. I figured you might find this interesting.
Come inside.
Sunset Valley. Oh, all right. This place is.
I told you.
This is a psychiatric
It's the
center.
psychiatric center.
Come on
Oh,
in.
I totally thought this place was something else.
I told you what it was.
Look, I gotta ask, and I'm not trying to split hairs here, because I mean, very clear that either one of you would very likely to kill me if I piss you off. But what's with the mask? I completely understand social distancing and all that. If you're not feeling well, I really, all to you. But I was just kind of curious.
It's my calling card. Ever hear of the plague doctor?
You just told me this wasn't a death cult. Okay.
It's not a death cult. There's no cult.
Just told me it wasn't a death.
involved.
All right.
A cult
Plague doctor.
implies some sort of malleableness where the person falls into step with a leader.
Okay, all right. I apologize. That was wrong of me. Can we go with
Mhm.
death organization?
It's not a death. You know, I'm not going to have this conversation. The bottom line is no sort of. You're not going to die here unless you piss me off, as Miss Lyle says. Let's give you the tour. I'm
Those
sure
were-
Edward will have more of a conversation with you as far as treatment. I deal with the physical brain. As I said, I would love to cut your head open and see what Miss Culler did. Perhaps make a few improvements so that you don't have to worry about falling back into your old ways, if that's what you're truly concerned about.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try not to be nervous about that, and let's just continue.
Wonderful.
I've already seen it all. I'll chill over here.
This is the We also have 2 long-term stay rooms if you're in the
Oh,
need
this
for
is all right. This is
place
not
to
bad.
relax.
So we got like, I mean, do we got like TVs, vending machines, any of the fun stuff, or are we just, keeping it?
No.
All right, more of a Victorian style. That's all right. No worries
We have
there.
2 rooms, though one of them is occupied by another resident. This is our
Okay.
group therapy room, should you ever
Yep.
need it.
Nope, definitely not gonna be going in there.
Well, you don't want to join in with other people?
Not particularly, no. The other problem is I've already done the story thing twice now, so yeah.
Understandable.
Oh, this is like a little cafe here.
And in here, we allow our residents to cook meals here. They like to cook for the whole residence.
Spot. But other than that, I'm not necessarily certain. But at least thanks for the offer.
Sure. It gets a little tight between chairs.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is all walled off as this is the private area for our clinic. We do have a downstairs, but HIPAA laws prohibit me from allowing you down there. Go down
HIPAA
the stairs and
laws?
we'll have to take care of it. You know, client,
Okay.
patient, doctor privilege, that sort of thing.
All right. Yeah, that's that's okay. Yeah, I can.
What's
it's
said
one
here
a
is
rule I think I can follow.
What's said here is completely private between you and the doctors here. We
Okay,
need someplace
that's,
to keep records and things away from prying eyes. As I said, we have long-term residents here that do have access to different rooms, including the private office of my husband. We have to keep them stored somewhere, so downstairs is locked.
all right. That's that's all right.
The good news is you won't have to worry about somebody finding out your information. We're very private here.
Okay, that's good to know. Privacy.
Take a look
very,
at
very
this head wound of yours. I understand that it's through the nose, and I won't be cutting into you anytime soon. Well, today anyway.
good. All right. I mean,
May I?
If it helps you at all, she used to be the fucking captain of the EMS department.
And lead
Used
doctor,
to
head
be.
surgeon, head neurosurgeon.
Yeah, she
All
retired.
right, so you know what you're doing. All right. I mean,
Of course I
to
know
be
what I'm
honest with
doing.
you, much of it's probably healed right now. I don't know how much you're gonna see without going into the actual noggin, but I mean, you're free to take a look.
They must have done a number on you. Well, no pun intended.
All right, very funny. All right, do you need me to open and say ah or what?
Am I looking in your mouth? Did they jam the screwdriver down your throat as well?
No, but
Well, then I
don't know.
don't need you
Based
to
on
say
half the
ah.
things I've said in this conversation, sometimes I wish they had.
Sometimes I wish they had too. So you would stop incessantly talking.
I kind of like it, to be fair.
It was a joke.
I
Yep.
think he's the most
Very
interesting person that's turned up lately,
funny.
so.
Okay. I mean, I'm not really sure what to laugh at, so I don't get killed. But yeah. Hey, I gotta.
You're
ask,
not gonna die. Relax.
I gotta ask. It looks like they might have done a number on your nose too. It's looking a little chipped away there. All right, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get killed here. I just had to make it. Elle's enjoying it. All right,
Oh,
all
I'm
right.
absolutely enjoying it.
All right. I can see it through your mask. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry, lo siento, whatever you want. All right. Sorry. I'm certain you got a beautiful nose under there. Shit. No, that's not what I meant. No, I mean, I'm not trying to.
This is the part where you shut up. And you just say,
right.
just nod your head.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
I'm sure Edward will have much to talk about with you. He should be around in a little bit. He's having a little bit of a rest, something much needed.
Okay. All right.
I think the best
Finally
course
be
of
able to
action
talk.
would be.
Edward.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't take what you did personally or have any malice towards you, but let me just remind you one thing. He's a good man. He'll take care of you. If you think I'm scary, he's 10 times worse when he gets in his moods. So, if I don't finish you for being disrespectful to my husband, he'll do 10 times worse. Understood.
Remember that conversation about respect?
Okay.
There you go.
I'm sure he's going to do his very best to keep that in mind, but I just wanted to make him aware of the consequences should it not go the way he thinks it will.
Okay, yeah. Not scary. I mean, I kind of got the gist of that from our phone conversation. Something about castrating me and throwing me in the LS River. That's actually why I thought.
wasn't me.
No, he full on called him because he had messaged him. So I was with him when Dr. Crane gave him a call and made it abundantly clear.
Respect. I'm sorry, you said what?
What?
Oh,
no, he said that to him.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
No, I didn't say that. No, I wasn't gonna do that. It's a little too creative for me. I'm kind of an idiot with those things. I just I'm gonna shoot you or something. No, I admire his creativity, but all right, yeah, I'll try to be chill because dude kind of creeps me out a little bit. But
that's
I like
I
you,
said,
Eddie.
though. He'll be able to help you, though.
I like you, Mr. Eddie. You're interesting.
Thanks. That's very nice to hear. I'm sure you're a great doctor. Yeah, very very important. This is probably the most important thing that I have to ask. Smoking policy. Where are we with that?
You may smoke outside the door.
All right. No, all right. That's fair. Yeah. All right. But we can smoke like on the grounds as long as it's like outside, right? I mean,
of course.
And
should you be in the session, Edward will have the door open for you, so you can come and go as you please.
Oh, all right. I mean, how do you think I've been dealing with all this shit before I came here? But yeah, no, I appreciate that. All right, yeah, that should work. So what do I do now?
You get in your car or your bike or whatever you did to get here, and you leave, and he'll be in touch.
Huh?
Is that about right, Doctor?
Indeed.
Right.
Like I said, he should be around in the next hour or so.
All right. I'll
if
take
you'll
your
be
word for
around.
it. Nice meeting you. And yeah, look, I'm really not. I know you guys are probably not gonna bother with this, but if you could maybe, particularly talking to you here, Elle, if you could maybe spare the detail of, the whole sneaking around thing, maybe just say like I came in through the front door saying, "Hey, where's my favorite doctor, Mr. Crane?"
I was in the back
Dr.
near the
Crane.
bees, and he ended up showing
No,
up. I was
no,
laying there on the
that's not-
ground. How he
that
got
didn't-
into the whole grounds, I'm not actually sure, but he definitely was
That's not,
sneaking around, definitely looking around, and then he ended up in the back with me. Then I
That's
jumped up, pulled a gun on him, held it to his head, and asked who the fuck he was, and well, conversation snowballed, and here we are.
okay. I mean, I think there's a few. I mean, can we not just like maybe shift that one? Hey, oh fuck, you're not a doctor here. I was gonna ask for patient-doctor confidentiality.
No, I am
but,
absolutely not a doctor.
Yeah, I can imagine. Shit. All right. Yeah. Look, I'm just hoping the guy doesn't, cut my nuts off or something like he said he was going to.
He won't, as long as you show that respect, like Miss L said. Remember, he's a doctor that's trying to help you. And when he's done, I'll take a look at that work that Miss Color did. I'm quite proficient with ailments of the brain and correcting them. So, if there's any
Yeah,
scar
look-
tissue or anything left over, we can take care of that for you.
Thanks. I got one more question about Crane, and it's based on something that Elle said. We had a pretty long conversation, and I mean, what's this I'm hearing about? Like a bomb? I mean,
Who's
this
saying
guy's
anything
like,
about a bomb?
Katie mentioned it too. Half the city's still talking about it, and it was all over Twitter.
Of course.
no, yeah, I saw that about Katie. Yeah, Katie mentioned there was a bunch of, really bad around the city. Yeah, that's what I heard and saw. Yeah. That wasn't related to anything here, right?
I hear footsteps.
Speculation. As do I. That usually means one thing. Hello, darling.
Hello, Dr. Crane.
Hey, oh shit. Okay.
Before we have this conversation, I need to show my husband one thing. You can tell him all the stories. This way, dear.
Be
All right.
respectful.
Yeah. I got it. I'm just all right. I'm upset we have to do this whole thing again, but like, so you are certain, as long as I'm respectful, not gonna die, right?
Be respectful.
Yeah, I got it. All right. I can tell by your enunciation of the B there. I don't want to be another one of the letters. All right. I'm not here for that. I'm just trying to make sure. All right. Yeah. Okay.
You'll be fine.
I can do this.
And don't
It's
bring
just
up,
like grade
don't bring up the
school.
bombs.
No bombs. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I totally heard that from Katie or so. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I know plenty of people whose names start with L. I mean, me, lay one. Well, that wasn't me.
Oh, it was
Yeah, that's about
definitely
it.
you.
What? All right. You know what? You're not a doctor, so I'll let the Peaky Blinder have his opinion on that. But yes, all right. Be respectful. It's just like grade school. Here we go. It'll be like first day of school, except teacher might kill me, or castrate me. All right, here we go. Come on.
Are you psyching yourself up for this?
I'm fucking trying to. All right, have you seen this
Well, you're
guy?
doing a
All right.
shitty job. Try harder.
You can do this. Come on. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Oh shit,
that,
I don't want
sure.
to be too loud. All right. Yeah, we're
I mean-
yeah, all right. Like how do you psych yourself up before you do the accessorying? Like, do you just like laugh maniacally, or is there like a pump up? Nope, just a smile. I mean, I can. Nah, smiling's not really my thing.
He is all yours. Have fun.
Edward, is it?
Hi, Dr. Crane. I've heard you are a very esteemed prodigy in the field of psychiatry, and it is my honor, one Edward to another. I can't. How do I?
Just
what
the
fucking
shit?
relax and
The
talk to
doctor-
him.
Okay, look, I was reminded that occasionally, particularly through, written messages that don't have the appropriate connotation of speaking, I can come across, a little disrespectful.
You're a cunt.
I'm a cunt.
Indeed. Shall we continue?
Okay. Is that like an official like diagnosis? Is that an acronym, or is that just like it's like a
You have
general...
issues you wish to speak over, and I'm willing to help. And as long as you keep semi-cordial, I can help with that.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Where do you want to do this?
Would you like an audience? Would you like one-on-one sessions?
Oh, this is all y'all. I've already heard everything. I'm not.
Well, to be honest,
intruding.
she's already heard this story twice. I don't
This is
want
all
to
y'all.
bore her.
Have a wonderful
Alright.
time.
Thanks for the referral.